In today's brief video, I want to share with you guys 5 things that you can do to create a lasting sobriety from smoking weed for those of you guys who have already quit, or for those of you who are on the tail end of quitting smoking weed, or really this could actually apply to quitting alcohol, quitting nicotine, quitting adult media content, whatever it is you're struggling with. If you're new to the channel, my name is Dr. Frank. I'm the founder of AddictionMindset recovery coaching programs, which are dedicated to helping people quit nicotine, THC, energy drinks, and adult media content, all things that I once struggled with. To learn more about our products and supplements designed to help you quit, our free 90-page PDF workbook, and our coaching programs, be sure to check out the link in the pinned comment and the links in the video description at the end of today's video. So 5 things that you can do to help you quit, really straightforward. Tip number 1 is you have to break the mindset that you are an addict, that you are struggling with this so-called thing called addiction, okay? If you go through life thinking that you are powerless and incapable of making rational decisions for yourself, and that you are hopeless to this thing that is addiction, and that you have no choice or no free will in the matter, I think relapse is eventually going to be inevitable. Now, I could go on and on in this video explaining all that to you, but there is a book out there. It's called The Freedom Model: Escaping the Treatment and Recovery Trap for Addictions, okay? I put a link to this book in the video description here, and I just want to read this, just to lay out the baseline for you. All substance use is voluntary, and there is no disease of addiction. Anxiety disorders and mood disorders, such as depression or bipolar, do not cause substance use and do not decrease your chances of quitting. Most people who struggle with an addiction stop their addiction without treatment, meetings, or therapy. I have found all of these things to be true in my own practice, helping people struggling with addiction, and in my own experience with addiction. This is an incredible book, and it will cover step 1. You have to completely deprogram yourself from the idea that you are an addict and that you're hopeless. This book will do that for you. Step number 2, I think you need to find a new obsession. You need to find something else to do. For me, entrepreneurship and the creation of YouTube content and entrepreneurship in my various other businesses was a blessing for me in my process of becoming recovered from cannabis use. I needed something else to do. I like to stay busy. Entrepreneurship provides the opportunity to be busy 24/7. There's no one telling me what to do or how to live my life, which is how I prefer to live. And it was just the perfect fit for me. It was the perfect fit. I don't know what your thing is going to be. I don't know what hobby it's going to be. I don't know if it's going to be career, job related. I don't know if it's going to be faith or family related. I don't know. But what I do know is if you continually go back to using the substance, you're never going to give yourself enough space or time to figure out what that next thing is going to be. I did not just stumble into social media. I've been doing this for a long time since I quit drugs. It started with my chiropractic business. It was a CBD podcast after that. Then I kind of went on these seminars for learning about social media when TikTok released. Then I eventually started posting about quitting substances. That took a long time, though, that process. It didn't happen overnight. And the only reason it happened was because I allowed myself the space in sobriety for something else to fill in that space. And that's where I think a lot of people fall short. But I absolutely needed a new obsession. I needed something else to do that wasn't related to drugs, that had 24/7 access, and that I really enjoyed doing. For me, that was entrepreneurship and social media and stuff like that. Tip number 3. Be honest with yourself and be honest with other people, right? If you're quitting substances and you're lying to those around you that you've sought support from, that's not going to help you. And that dishonesty also tends to create a buildup of shame and regret and embarrassment. Even if you don't feel that, subconsciously that builds up and that wears on a person. And that wear and tear on a person that results from dishonesty can often result in relapse or a return to substance use. Also, furthermore, be honest with yourself. If you've told yourself, I'm going to quit smoking weed, I'm going to quit smoking weed, and you failed, and you failed, and you failed, and you just can't seem to get it right now, stop lying to yourself. Making a commitment and not following through on that commitment, either consciously or subconsciously, is going to create a certain degree of rot in the brain. We don't feel good about that. So don't lie to others. Don't lie to yourself. Even if being honest means, look, I'm smoking weed, I'm using drugs, I'm drinking alcohol again. That's better to be honest than to be dishonest. Tip number 4, ask for help. Addiction and quitting drugs, quitting weed, quitting nicotine, quitting alcohol, quitting pills, quitting cocaine, it's been done before thousands of times. And a lot of people who did it just did it on their own. They just woke up one day and stopped. Okay? If you are struggling to stop, ask for help, whether that's help from a medical professional, help from someone like myself who's been through it and who's a certified addiction recovery coach, whether that's help from a friend or a family member, ask for help. Okay? This has been done before. You're not the only person to exist in this situation. It's been achieved. When I wanted to start a YouTube channel, I asked for help from people that understood how to do YouTube. When I wanted to start a supplement company, right, we make supplements to help people quit, kick it, crave less chewing gum. If you're quitting cannabis, nicotine, alcohol, this supplement is designed to help reduce stress, anxiety, and relieve cravings. Nicotine-free, caffeine-free, stimulant-free, cannabis-free. It's a chewing gum. Check it out with YouTube shopping below. I asked for help. I consulted with people. I paid people. I consulted with people before launching this, right? Nutritionists, gum manufacturers, compliance experts, all these different things. I asked for help. Lastly, and this can go hand in hand with asking for help, get around people who are sober. And I know this is hard, okay? Or at least people who have similar interests and similar goals to yourself, okay? Because chances are you're getting sober for a reason. You want to be in better physical shape. You want to do better in your career and your business. You want to have a better family relationship with your husband or your wife and your kids. So get around people who are doing that. Get around a gym or a fitness community. If it's faith-based, get involved in more faith-based stuff. If it's like you want a better family life, get around people who have good family lives. Even if they drink, even if they do smoke a little bit, get around those people who are doing what you want to do. For me, I knew I was pursuing entrepreneurship. So I wasn't buried in recovery meetings and 12-step programs. I was involved in business events, business meetings. And look, not everyone there was sober, but everyone there was like-minded. And for a lot of the people I was hanging out with, even if there was substance use, it was in very limited quantities because they were so focused on performing in their business, performing in their career, things like that. So get around people who are sober. And I know that's easier said than done. And we do have the Addiction Mindset School community. I linked it in the pinned comment below to this video. It's $27 a month. I do live calls in there, and we talk about everything, not just drugs. We talk about how I run a YouTube channel and run a coaching business. We talk about certainly how to quit smoking weed, how to quit using nicotine, how to quit watching pornography. We've talked about other topics. We've discussed finances. We've discussed other things like dealing with loneliness and how to get back into socializing. We've talked about dating with some of the younger guys in there, right? My dating life was crazy. I went on 75 dates in a row before eventually meeting my wife. And that was just in one streak. That wasn't including another long-term relationship that I thought was going to be an engagement that wasn't. That wasn't including 3, 4, 5-year relationship that I had in college with someone right? Like we talk about all types of things in there because as I said, you need to move on. You got to deprogram from addiction. And if all you're doing is surrounding yourself with other people who are drinking constantly, smoking weed, constantly doing this, it's not going to work. 12-step, although it's beneficial for some people, just surrounding yourself and constantly talking about drugs, I don't know if that's a good idea either. For a lot of people, it's not, right? So anyways, we got that school community if you need help with that. And then we have I got private one-on-one coaching programs as well too. If you want a little more privacy and the group stuff isn't your thing, we got our supplements, we got our free PDFs and handouts. Learn about all that stuff with the links in the pinned comments. And if you don't want to do that, watch the interview where I interview these people that wrote this book. It's an incredible interview. I'll make that the next video right here if you want to check that out. Until next time.